Hi, Nick from Snowtrax here. Just going to talk to you today about what you can expect when you come for a boot fit here at Snowtrax. We feel it's so important to get your boots fitted correctly and go through the process that we do here at Snowtrax, because at the end of the day, you go out on your holiday, you all just want to forget about your equipment and enjoy your time on the mountain. So whether it's a snowboard boot or a ski boot, we go through a fitting process here to make sure you have the very best experience when you're on the snow. I'll start off with a ski boot. Okay, so ski boot here, apart from all the clips and everything you can see on the outside here, there's three really main areas of the boot. The shell. The outer shell here is super important that it fits correctly to your foot. It's something that we fully customise. Obviously it's a hard plastic shell. We're going to customise all of this, but the first part of the process is to find the right shell and the right model for you. Second area of the boot is the liner. This often gets overlooked as a secondary thing, but it's really important. The quality of the liners have really changed in modern boots. The grip and support you get in the heel, the space in the toes, all makes a huge difference to how the boot will fit. And then lastly, there's the insole. The insole that comes in the boot, this one has just come out of this Lang model here. You can see it offers zero support. They're really just space fillers, and the idea is it's replaced by something that is customised for you. So here's a custom insole that we make here at Snowtrax, or there's standard mouldable ones. But basically, that's the last thing we'll look at. Once we've found the right shell and the liner, we'll look at this here. A snowboard boot is fairly similar. The outer shell is obviously not as hard, so it's a little bit more mouldable, but they still have the liner in the insole as well, and it's still very important to get fitted up, and we go through the process with you here at Snowtrax. The first thing we'll do when you come in for a boot fit is your boot fitter will discuss you and get to know you a little bit. So it's a bit about your skiing or snowboarding style, any problems you've had previously with your boots, what you've owned before. So it gives us, we're trying to build up a picture of what boot is going to be best for you. So we go through the fitting form here, which we take all the information from you, and we'll talk it over and discuss things just to understand what's going to be suitable for you. Right, the next stage is to actually look at the shape and size of your foot. So we use a foot measurer to measure up. We'll look at the length of your feet, both left and right, because they're often different, and the width. But we're also at the same time assessing how you stand, how you flex forwards, how your foot changes shape as you flex and move. We'll look at the height of your instep. We'll look at the width of different areas, how wide your heel is. So all these little different bits and pieces that our experienced boot fitters look at. I mean, we look at feet day in, day out, and our job is to match your foot and your ability level, etc., to the right boot for you, so you can have the best experience when you're out on the snow. So that's stage one. Then we move on to selecting the right shell for you. Okay, so we'll look at things like the flex, the shape of the model, where the boot is wider and narrow, and we'll match that up to your foot. So our boot fitters will normally look at maybe 2-3 different models of boot that they feel is right for you based on the assessments and the discussion we've had for you. And that's a really important area, and it brings our expertise and knowledge to starting to match up the right product with your feet. So after we've selected the right shells and the boot fitter's got an idea of what we're looking at, we'll do what's called a shell check. This gives us a chance to put your foot inside the shell of the boot, have a look around the space you've got, and analyse whether that shell is going to be right for your foot. So we're looking for the amount of space underneath the instep, how much width there is in the boot. It's all those areas that starts to build up a picture of what's going to be right for you. Then we'll move to the section where you get to try the boots on. So we'll put your foot into each of the model of the boots we've selected, and we'll have a discussion about how they feel. It's a really interactive part of the boot fit where we're talking to you a lot about your comfort and just trying to analyse the difference between each model. Based on that feedback, it really helps your boot fitter narrow down and offer you advice. One thing to note is when you first get into the boots, when they're a brand new boot, your foot loads kind of like right into the front of the boot, and initially it can feel a bit tight on the toes. But don't worry, once we get the boot done up, we'll get you pulled back into the boot, and you'll see what the fit's like. So we get you to sort of flex forwards, and your boot fitter will talk you through the process, but this is where we can really start to narrow down to find the perfect model of boots for you. After we've found the right boot for you, we'll then move on to looking at insoles. So the idea is to replace what's here, as I've mentioned before, with the very minimal support for something that's going to be right for your foot. Everybody's feet are different. The kind of support you're going to need underneath your foot will differ. So your boot fitter will take you through it, but it's a very often overlooked area of the boot. I mean, it doesn't look particularly exciting compared with the rest of the product. But it's so important, because when you think about it, when you're skiing or snowboarding, you're putting all that pressure down through your feet, and it's important your foot is held and stabilised properly with the right support. So your boot fitter will take you through the options there before moving on to the final part, which will be the customisation of the product. Once you're happy with and you've selected your model of boot, we'll put the shell either in the ovens. We may heat it up with a heat gun. We'll do any further customisation. Sometimes it's not required if the boot's the right fit, but often it's just the final little tweaks to get that boot absolutely spot on for you. So we do that with the shell, and then we move on to customising the liner. So we'll heat up the liner, we'll get that to, the foam wall expands out on the boot, we'll get that to mould to your foot as well, with the insoles already in the boot. And then you're ready to go. After we've selected the right model, we recommend that you try the boots on at home. You make sure you're 100% happy with them, and you just pop back in for any minor little tweaks and modification they may be needed before your holiday. It's one of the reasons people come to us at Snowtrax and Boot Fits is because of our expertise, knowledge, hopefully our friendly approach, but also our really awesome comfort guarantee. You know, I cannot stress enough the importance of having the knowledge and the expertise that we can deliver to fit your boots correctly. So please pop in and see us, pick up the phone, give us a shout and book an appointment, or you can just walk in. We offer walk-in appointments as well as booking. So contact one of the team, pop in the store and have a chat to one of us.